It really wasn't too thought out though. Not much I do is really thought out, which is why I have so many bad tattoos, really.
The project kind of came to me. The producer, James Gay Rees, he had a mutual friend at Universal Music in London called David Joseph, and David Joseph had contacted me and said, look, would you be interested in making a film about Amy? I think the unique thing about Amy, which I really had never thought about before, was that she was like a method performer. You know, I do drama and you have method actors who kind of have to get into character and stay in character, and they turn up and they do it because that's how they feel, because they're living their life or something. And musicians, as far as I know, they turn up, they sing. Amy, that's where she's more like a jazz musician.
Listen, I'm just a musician, yeah. I don't think about who's going to hear it, who's going to buy it, who I'd like to hear it or buy it. I only make music that I would like to hear. That's all I've done.
The mood she's in right now would be the way she would play that track. So if she's in a particular mood and she's singing that song, she has to feel that song again. So the problem is it became quite difficult for her to sing those songs about a very tough point of her life, a breakup where she was left by somebody, in Back to Black for example. Day after day after day, it took a toll on her. And then when that person the song's about comes back and is standing just over there, and she's talking about when they left her for someone else, now she's big and she's famous and they're standing over there, she's not stupid. She kind of knows what's going on and she's feeling those emotions again.
We only said goodbye with the words. I died 100 times. You go back to her and I go back to her. I go back to us.
And you see her journey, the way she sings, you can see when she's not well. Why is she on stage? Why is she performing? Why is she so messed up and no one's stopping it? So there's all of these questions that were in my mind that I never really had been answered by anybody. Everyone was saying it's too soon, leave her alone, let her rest in peace. And I think that was a worry of mine. But the more I found out and the more they spoke to me, the more I felt, well, this is important. This is a story about the world we live in. The questions that I had before I started the film of why did this happen and how did this happen, one by one, I suppose, were starting to be answered. And I understood why she ended up the way she did, and maybe other people around her could have stopped things. Maybe the audience could have helped as well by not enjoying the demise, not laughing at her, comedians making jokes about her, people clicking on YouTube links to see how bad her last performance was, etc.
I'm not a girl trying to be a star. I'm just a girl that sings.
I think there were a couple of points when, well, not a couple of, loads of moments when you're making a film, you're going, okay, this is getting really dark and heavy, you know, and do we really want to make this film, you know, because there's going to be people who are not going to be happy with it. I just felt like I had to do my job as a director and as a storyteller to do my best, and that's what I've tried to do. Life's too short for me to just decide to spend 3 years of my life picking on a single person I've never met before, I have no, you know, relationship with. But it's like we owed it to Amy just to show what happened, and I think we're all partly responsible. One by one, pretty much everyone has said, you know, it's tough for us to watch, but the film is honest. I think that's the main thing I can say. Her songs are like her diary, and they're really honest, they're very personal. Every song is about a real incident.
I believe in making something good out of a bad situation. You know, I've got songs that I really love off the back of bad situations, you know, times that weren't very nice, or, you know, things that I wouldn't take back or do again differently because, you know, A, I don't believe in regrets, and B, you know, you live and you learn. Do you know what I mean? So, but I like, you know, I like making something good out of something bad. And I like the bittersweet thing as well. I like that bittersweet thing, like, I like that. Yeah.